Welcome, everybody, to your favorite psychic show. It's the return of the psychic. So, welcome back. I am your co host, uh, Lawrence Birch, and I'm joined by my favorite psychic person, Miss Adrian Stratton, the one, the only. So, here she is.
Hey, Lawrence, here we are.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Good, always good to be here.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes.
So,
Your
yeah.
audience loves you. Well, so what's new with you? What's happening in your neck of the woods these days, my friend?
Gosh, well, I've spent a couple of days in and out of Los Angeles with different clients and different business, and that that's always an interesting time on the freeways and traffic and what have you. But let's see what else. Finally, getting back into my routine, having been home now for a good week or so from that 21-day stay at the hotel.
Oh
And
yeah,
yeah, so myself and the dogs were much better. And yeah, so things are coming along. We're making progress here.
very good.
Yeah. How
Yeah,
about you? How was your week?
week was good. Yep, I had uh, I had my penultimate next to last herb class last night. That went well. So we got to talk about some pretty fun plants together, and maybe even some that I'll talk about tonight. Uh,
Oh,
So that was good. Weather's backed off a little bit, so it hasn't been as hot. It's been pleasant, so that's
that's good.
much appreciated. And yeah,
Absolutely.
things are good.
Yeah.
Things are good. Things are good.
Yeah. Glad
Hmm.
to hear that.
Hmm.
Yeah. I
Hmm.
don't know. I can tell you, California has just become just really a big desert, anymore. And it seems like, the temperature and the humidity is just spreading, I should say, pretty much all over the country anymore.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are definitely seeing some pretty profound changes within our lifetimes for sure.
Hmm.
Many
Definitely.
levels. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is a good segue for tonight's topic, which we're going to be talking about um, psychic protection. So
Hmm.
how to protect yourself, how to protect your friends and family, and protect your home. Uh,
Yes.
so very important
Yes.
these days with all sorts of malicious energies being thrown about. And uh, the lawyers are sitting on my shoulder saying that we have a disclaimer to announce, which is the Psychic Funhouse, in case you weren't aware, is here for entertainment purposes only. If you're looking for financial, legal, geological, or extraterrestrial advice, you should definitely talk to a professional
Hmm.
and then come back here and be entertained by us. So,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
And
So,
and certainly, if you've had any interactions with any ETs, come on back and tell us about it.
yeah, you can be a guest on the show with your experience,
That's right.
provided it stays G-rated. We don't want to
Yeah.
get into too
Yes,
many of the probe details if that's what happened.
that is
So,
correct.
save that for late night. Um,
Hmm.
So, Ms. Adrian, I think now would also be a good time for you to make any announcements about events that are happening, your contact info. Sharing that
Okay.
would be great.
Yeah.
So,
Always appreciate that.
hmm.
So I do have a couple of events coming up. One of them is tomorrow, as a matter of fact, and that is It's a monthly holistic fair. It happens in Laguna Woods. It's called the Orange County Holistic Fair. It's a heart space holistic fair. And that is, like I said, in Laguna Woods. It's from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. I'll be there doing readings. And there's a lot of other people that are there, healers and practitioners, all kinds of different price points, a wide variety of different services. And there's a lot of free stuff also that is available. Um, some of the sessions are also available online. So it'd be
Nice.
worthwhile to check it out and see what speaks to you. So
Mhm.
there's that tomorrow, and that's always a good time. It's nice having a sense of community, and in a couple years now, I've really developed some special friendships with a few people there, and it's been very fulfilling. Just really wonderful, super people. And then I have an event coming up next month, and I'll be talking a little bit more about it as we get closer, but it's August the 19th at the ONE Hotel in West Hollywood. And yes, so I will have more information for that. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember offhand what the ticket price is for that, but it's different. This is, I think there's I think there's at least a half a dozen or more people providing readings. And the idea is that we are doing speed reading. So it's similar to speed dating, but it's speed reading. So everybody gets, like, I think it's a 10-minute reading.
Huh.
And yeah, so definitely different. I'll give you some more information on that as we go along. Lastly, my contact information. Um,
Mhm.
Probably one of the best ways to learn more about me and my fees is to go to my website. And that is, yeah, there we go. My website is ravenmessages.com. And my fees and services are all available there. You can also call me or text me at 714-376-7289.
Nice.
Yeah, how about you, Lawrence?
Well, I am so glad you asked.
Yeah.
Yes. So my contact info is oh, we got the chokes.
Yeah. Ah,
Got the vapors. Oh. Well, my website's givingtreefarm.com, like it says down there on the Chiron. You can also contact me by calling or texting 541-344-7534. And my email is givingtree@earthlink.net. And my Facebook page is Giving Tree Farm Herb Company. So that's what's happening there.
yeah.
So other events are in the works, and so we're standing by on all those details. So,
Mhm. Mhm.
but yes,
Yeah.
welcome.
When we had Sky, is that her
Mm-hmm.
name? Yeah, when she was on, she talked about that event or that retreat. Um,
The Fairy Congress.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you go to? Do you do that?
I have been to it. Yeah. I went many years ago for the first time. God, that was probably about 10 or 12 years ago now, as a presenter. And then they
Hmm.
asked me back about 3 years ago, and I did another presentation. So,
Mhm.
yep, I've been there a couple times.
When is that one again?
I would have to look it up. Let's see. Fairy Congress. This year it's up in um, Washington, I think. So, uh, but let's see. It's the Fairy and Human Relations Congress is the full title.
Huh.
um, and it's taking place. Doodly doo. Let's see. Event details, event schedule. Starts on Thursday, July 17th. Oh, it already happened.
Oops.
Yep.
Oh well.
Yep. So
Well,
it's over.
yeah. Well, maybe Sky will have to come back and tell us how it went, what it was
Give us a
like.
breakdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. That could be good.
Yeah.
Post post decompression from the fairy folk.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. I'm sure it was great. It's usually really well attended and very good energy and lots of really interesting
Hmm.
speakers and presenters. So
Yeah.
and some fun rituals. So yeah, all
Nice.
ages event. Yeah, yeah. Well, so
Okay.
tonight, tonight, I thought we would talk about psychic protection.
Yes.
Um, now more than ever, there's good reasons for wanting to be clear about your boundaries and how to stay safe, at least as safe as possible. And so I thought it would be good to review the steps to keep you and your loved ones and your precious objects safe and free from harm and attack, that kind of a thing. So, um,
Absolutely.
yes. So, probably the first thing to cover is what do we mean when we talk about uh, psychic protection, and what is it you're protecting yourself from? So, we should have a discussion about that. Well, psychic protection is a method of creating personal space that is inviolatable. So, you're intentionally grounding and creating a bubble of safety around yourself, or around your loved ones, clients, and even objects, or your living space.
Mhm.
The idea is that only you can allow uh, beings and energy to enter into your space. Everybody else is kept out. So
Mhm.
it's a gateway. It's a boundary. It's a fence
Mhm.
of mental and psychic energy, basically.
Mhm.
And so, why you would want to do it? Well, some of us are very sensitive to the emotions and thoughts and psychic energy of others, and if we don't create psychic space, it can be very challenging to separate ourselves from the psychic milieu that's just washing around in the environment all the time. It doesn't even have to be malicious in intent. It can just be um, unintentional intrusions from people who are, uh, going about their own crazy lives. And because we're sensitive to impressions and things, we're picking up on the psychic energy that they're putting out. So shielding ourselves from that can be very helpful and therapeutic, and just really practical to keep things clear. If that makes sense. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Um, and so so there's that in the background. The other thing is sometimes things are more than just coincidences. Sometimes there's intentional energy being thrown at us.
Mhm.
Uh, as psychics, we've all had clients come to us who feel like they're being attacked, or maybe somebody's put a curse on them.
Mhm.
Classic is somebody who's gone to see a disreputable psychic, and in order to hook them in, they've uh, told them at the end of their session, well, now you need to pay me, X amount of money, or, there's going to be a curse on you if you don't,
Mhm.
kind of a thing,
Mhm. Mhm.
which is unfortunate. But those kinds of charlatans do exist in our profession,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Um, and then, you might just have somebody who's practicing some pretty evil stuff. Maybe a neighbor who, doesn't like you and has employed the services of a person who's putting bad energy, bad juju your way, and you need to
Mhm.
counteract that. So
Mhm.
sometimes things are intentionally malicious, which is not good.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So
Yeah. You just never know. Sometimes, sometimes, I think a real like simple kind of example. Uh, I think a lot of people probably are feeling this way right now. Just people in general. You turn the news on, and you know 10 minutes into it, 15 minutes into it, it's like it feels so negative. It feels so um, uh, intrusive almost. You listen, you try to listen, and you feel uncomfortable. So what do? You turn it off. Why? Well, what you're doing really by turning it off, or maybe changing the station, but it's that idea of protecting yourself energetically, even from something as simple as the news, the news, because energetically, it's like that's got quite an energetic charge to it. So yeah.
yeah, no, that's a good point. Um, and I think that's a good place to start as well. So before you get into active acts, let's call them, of protection, it's always good to just check in with your psychic hygiene
Yeah.
and emotional hygiene.
Hmm.
How is your environment? What's your social situation like? How
Hmm.
much screen time are you permitting yourself to have?
Hmm.
And does that need to be reevaluated?
Right.
Um, so it can be very easy to get sucked into the concerns of the day and kind of lose track or focus of what your needs are and what's important for you to do.
Hmm.
And there's a lot, there's always going to be strife out there. In our country, we're going through some pretty major political and social upheaval right now,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of people that are being targeted, unfortunately, um,
Hmm.
who need our help and protection.
Hmm.
And there's also just within your circle, your family and your friends, people who uh, you know maybe associating with them isn't the best thing for your state of mind or health, even if it
Right.
feels obligatory. And so, how do you back off from those kinds of engagements or minimize them, so that your damage doesn't become something traumatic, but is hopefully just minor and transitory. Um,
Hmm.
so all these things are wrapped up in the concept that we're going to be discussing tonight about psychic protection. Recognizing all of that, operating on a preventative level is always the easiest and best place to start, just to kind of clear things out. um,
But just before we get into it further, um,
yes.
there was there was a wonderful uh, very short clip video a comedian did on Instagram the other day, and he talked about President Trump, and
Mm-hmm.
he talked about President Trump's physical condition. That, of
Mm-hmm.
course, he went to see the doctor about because his hands and his ankles were swollen and this and that. And he said he said that the comedian said that President Trump was experiencing these things because of various ethnic groups that were witching him.
Cursing.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. And
Wow.
how it first started with the Mexicans, and the Mexicans did this and that. Then it was the Cubans, and he says, and the Cubans, oh my God, he says, they're into Santa Maria, not Santa Maria, it's something like that.
Uh-huh.
And he talked about that, and he says, and so he was really like starting to feel it. He said, and then oh my God, he says, then he got into like the Haitians, and the Haitians, he said, are like, what did he say? It just simply said that would escalated this whole thing,
They don't
with
mess around.
yeah, so you don't know if that's true or not, but there certainly are people out there that do believe in that, and I just thought it was kind of interesting.
Yeah, well, I doubt very much that there are people that he's treating unfairly who are just sitting there passively and taking it if they have
Yeah,
any abilities whatsoever.
yeah,
So does not surprise me. And
yeah,
that's pretty funny.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, um, hmm. Yeah, he does seem to be finally experiencing some Big Mac meltdown. So we'll see how
Yeah.
that goes. Yeah.
Yes.
Chicken McNuggets have come home to roost, so to speak.
Yes.
So, um, yeah. Okay. Well, so psychic protection. So, uh, you want to look around your environment and see where you might be needing to um, solidify things or
Mhm.
remove some things from your environment. The
Mhm.
first thing to think about is what's your living space like?
Mhm.
Um, is it needing a cleanse, just a physical cleanse? Maybe you need to, you know, get out the dusting uh, mop or rag and start cleaning house a little bit, getting rid of some detritus. Maybe you need to prune some of your beloved material objects. I know that's an issue that I struggle with, coming from family of hoarders. So that's always good, just to kind of create space and environment. What kind of light is getting into your living space?
Yeah.
The other thing that's nice is, right behind me, I've got some plants, and plants are wonderful for cleaning the air and the environment of um, problematic substances. They are living filters. So getting a plant can be helpful too, just to have around
Mhm.
as a companion and as a aid to keeping the air in good shape.
Right.
So those sorts of things, maybe having an animal that is a protector for you
Yeah.
is a good idea. Have a relationship, you know,
Mhm.
um, and there's a variety of options for you in that department. It's also good to have somebody to take care of that helps you take care of yourself. So self care is always good. So just getting clear on those things, looking to where you can shore up some things that
Mhm.
can do a lot in preventing the need for psychic protection in the first place, because those having an environment that's pleasant and positive, or at least neutral in energy, um, stops being attractive to energy and spirits that might be malevolent in the first place, right?
That's
So,
right.
um, and then, looking within yourself, what's your process? Are you practicing good self-care? Are you doing things that are important, um, and taking care of your needs? Are you doing things that you value
Mm-hmm.
in your life, and being kind to yourself and to others? Putting that energy out there, the golden rule. So, um, if you're not, maybe you need to address that. Maybe there are some mental health issues that a professional can help you with, or just having a good, trusting conversation with a friend and getting some feedback. Does it seem like, I'm doing what I can for myself? You know, what's your take on where my life is headed, kind of a thing. So
Absolutely.
all of
Yeah.
that, that's all the groundwork before you even get into, hey, maybe I actually need to do something deeper because it feels
Mm-hmm.
like there's something external that I'm not in control of that
Mm-hmm.
is affecting my thought process or my decisions, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
what does all that sound like to you, Adrian? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Uh, I've studied a little bit of feng shui, right,
Mm-hmm.
which is the placement of furniture and objects within your home, with the idea of really keeping it clean, keeping it balanced. Keeping it strong and healthy in a variety of different ways and in a variety of different areas.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, your living environment is, well, it's very important. It works hand in hand with how a person might show up mentally or emotionally,
Mm-hmm.
and each room in your home is equally as important, so anyhow, I certainly agree that self-care uh, is necessary. It's
Mm-hmm.
just necessary.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Well, so okay, so let's talk about psychic protection on a personal level, and what kinds of things you want to consider if you're feeling the need for psychic protection.
Yeah.
Um, the first thing you always want to start with is your intention. Okay,
Mhm.
so why are you going to start psychically protecting yourself? What's the reason behind it? Um,
Mhm.
that's helpful because that clarifies your pathway, and also uh, is helpful for reconnecting you if you feel like you get um, drawn away from the reason you're doing this process in the first place. Right? You come back to what your intention or starting place was for the psychic protection in the first place. Well, let's say it's just something general, like you feel like there's just some bad energy that's been following you around and it needs to be dispelled. Um, so different steps you can take. Probably the easiest thing and one of the more common practices is just to envision yourself uh, grounded, maybe as a tree with your roots going into the ground. That's always
Mhm.
a positive, affirming visualization in the first place. And then with your limbs reaching up to the sun to get good energy, right?
Mhm.
So see yourself as a living human tree hybrid, I guess.
Mhm.
And then surrounding yourself in a cone or a circle or a bubble, whatever image works for you, of protection. And usually that's a white light color, right?
Mhm.
White's reflective. White is cooling. White is purifying, as opposed to black, which is absorptive, which brings energy in.
Mhm.
Um, and has its own uses as well. But so white energy shielding you, um, keeping out anything negative, and just being able to call those images up uh, without any hesitation can be very helpful.
Mhm.
In a minute or two, I might talk about my protection process and an incident that happened to me where protection was really important. But
Mhm.
that's a real basic thing that's easy for anybody to do.
Mhm.
Call upon uh, the white light of protection.
Mhm.
Um, the next level up might be to call upon your spirit guide, your helpers, or your angels, whatever your guardians are that are looking out for you, that are based in the spirit realm, and to have them be on point for you, so that they can deflect any negative energy coming to you in the first place before it even reaches you. And if there is something that's in contact with you, maybe they can engage with it and help neutralize it, or stop it coming your way, or prevent it at the source if that's possible.
Mhm.
So that obviously implies having a relationship with your spirit guides and helpers, and you know, making sure that you're there for them as much as they are for you, and
Mhm.
inviting them in a respectful way, and making sure that they get to have a significant connection to you, uh, so that they may also have some of their needs met from time to time. It's not just a one-way relationship, right? But doing that, you might just say, "Hey, I'm feeling unsafe right now. Spirit helper, can you come and check things out and let me know if that's just something I'm generating myself because I'm really tired, had a really intense week, or is there something really going on?" And just getting that kind of spiritual second opinion, I guess, is what I might call
Mhm.
it. So, uh, and then once that assessment's done, then just saying, can you help protect me emotionally, spiritually, physically from harm,
Mhm.
and from doing harm, because it's not uncommon for people to uh, in the course of protecting themselves to want to maybe do more than something around themselves, but to go outside of that and to go after whatever they perceive as attacking them. Um, and there's times when that's appropriate, but there's also times when you can misread what's happening and cause more damage than you realize by going on the offensive, sending negative energy out, or other kinds of thought forms out to whatever you feel might be going after you. So,
Mhm. Mhm.
um, what do your spirit guides tell you about protection techniques and things like that? Do you call on them for protection very often, Adrian, or what's your
Yeah, I
process?
mean, certainly from time to time, I sure do,
Hmm.
um, and I call on the guides to especially you know protect me, then protect my dogs, and I usually ask that the dogs be wrapped in a protective bubble or white silverish light,
Hmm.
and then so each dog, and then my home.
Hmm.
And depending upon what I'm doing and who I may be working with, I will also request specifically the doorways, the windows, uh, maybe yeah, yeah. So my environment, and again, it just kind of depends on what I'm doing, and the work that I'm doing. But yeah, absolutely, I sure do ask for protection, and I do that usually right before I go into session with someone, and I will also ask for again, depending upon what we're doing, but certainly for protection for the client as well.
Hmm.
So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all really great, and definitely practical, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a real basic thing that we do. Whenever we're doing psychic work or as a shamanic practitioner, I also create essentially a uh, environment of protection by inviting spirits in to guard and cleanse and protect the space, so that uh, number one, no outside energy can influence
Mm-hmm.
the ritual I might be doing or the healing work or reading, whatever it might be. And then also, number two, just to create the most conducive environment for a successful outcome for whatever I might be doing with a client or work I'm doing on
Mm-hmm.
behalf of others or myself. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it just creates the best possible space for doing the spiritual work that you're doing. So protection is really
Absolutely.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So important.
Hmm.
So important.
So
Yeah.
let's say you've done that, and that's all good, and you also are feeling like maybe you want even a little more um, backup. Uh, Now we come to the the concept of having different kinds of objects uh,
Mm-hmm.
in place that can help with protection.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are we talking about in that? Well, there's different categories. So, objects might be things like crystals.
Right.
Different kinds of crystals have reputation as being protective. Either things that you wear, carry on your person, maybe you
Yep.
have them in your environment, that sort of
Yep.
thing. Yep, there you go. Uh,
Mhm.
Speaking of which, this I think you've got crystals in the form of jewelry for sale on your website. Is that right?
I do. I
Yeah.
most certainly do.
So
Yes.
there you go. Shameless plug for that. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, hmm And then the other type of object would be something like water that's been purified or
Yeah.
salt, something like that.
Mhm.
Basic element. Um,
Mhm.
Fire, that's controlled. Different things like that you can invite in. Even just the image of them in your mind can be helpful. Um,
Mhm.
as an herbalist, shamanic practitioner works with plants on a spiritual level. I'm predisposed to working with plants, so you can have bundles like I do over my door to keep negative energy from coming through. You can have bundles of plants that you burn as incense or smudge
Mhm.
to cleanse and protect your environment.
Mhm.
Essential oils, another way you can have a mister, spray those in the environment. And then you can have plants like I talked about that have spiritual power of protection, either growing inside your environment or, as I was telling my class the other day, mugwort growing in front of somebody's house is a sign that they might be a spiritual practitioner of some sort, because that's a
Ah.
powerful protective plant, powerful energy plant.
Mhm.
Um, so lots of different options. So sound
Absolutely.
is another one. Things like um, uh, specific sounds that can be used, chanting, um, different kinds of power songs that you might have at your
Mhm.
disposal can also be called upon in times when you need to protect yourself. So
Mhm.
there's really no end to the options you have when it comes to creating protection around yourself.
That's
Uh,
very true.
so
Very true.
it's only limited by your creativity and awareness.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
um,
it's
for
true.
sure. Yeah.
It's very true.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the other aspects that can be protective are things like affirmations, right? Uh, Meditation, prayer, even mantras that are protective.
Mhm.
So these are all things that you can get involved in creating either on your own or with the help of another uh, person who might have some skill set in that area. Uh,
Mhm.
so you can craft something that's personal and that you feel has power, um,
Mhm.
uh,
Mhm.
and can be called upon when you're feeling stressed out or psychically vulnerable, right? So
Mhm.
this is a saying that comes to you, I'm always protected, I'm always guided, I'm always safe,
Right.
something along those lines.
Mhm.
Um, Having a meditation practice is helpful as well, because that's just a daily mind tonic that gets your mind in alignment with your emotional body and your physical body and spiritual self, so that you can have that sense of centering and peace to call upon when you're feeling, uh, a sense of psychic unease, or that there might be forces influencing you. You can go back to your happy place basically and say, okay,
Mhm.
I'm safe within myself. I'm creating boundaries, and I'm going to be okay. If you're a person that prays, that's another way to create protection. Maybe there's a being that you pray to, saints, if you're a religious person, or gods or goddesses, supernatural beings. I have a being that I work with that's a Vajra 10, which is a fire guardian, that helps me when I'm in real heavy duty situations, or I'm going into a possession uh, issue, or need to do a cleansing for somebody in their space.
Mhm.
And that's the biggest kind of badass spirit that I have, who's very good at taking care of uh, demonic situations that
Yeah.
are sketchy. So
Mhm. Mhm.
um, now I'm pretty sure you do house cleansings,
I do.
Adrian.
I
Yeah.
do.
Can
And
you walk
so,
us through what a typical process is like when a client comes to you, and what you can do for them? Yeah.
well, so there were a couple of instances that came to mind. There was um, the individual that has some, shall we say, some unclean, disruptive kind of energy that's attached to them.
Hmm.
And what I do is help that client by providing some relief, and release for those entities that are attached.
Hmm.
And although I believe that it is a real uh, specialty,
Mm-hmm.
and depending upon how deeply a person may be affected by, like, almost like parasitic kind of entities and energetic parasites,
Mm-hmm.
I might want to refer that to somebody that is uh, really specialized in that, because
Mm-hmm.
it really is a specialty.
Yeah.
But in terms of like helping someone clear like their personal energy field, I can help them do that. And I will use maybe not, maybe some smudge, maybe some smudging. I might even do it with actually some incense, and just go ahead and like clear their energy field and help them become realigned again and
Mm-hmm.
grounded back into their own body in a comfortable and safe way. um, I have also been called upon on a few occasions to clean or cleanse someone's home
Mm-hmm.
when they have uh, been visited, been visited, or if there is the presence, an energetic presence in someone's home that is disruptive and, for all practical purposes, negative. And so that process, requires, without a doubt, I mean, first of all, protecting myself and making sure that as I'm stepping into that situation, I feel confident, I feel safe from head to toe.
Mhm.
Yeah. And,
Right.
and so usually what I do, and people, everybody does it different, but, salting, sometimes the corners of a house can be helpful, um, as well as educating the homeowner about crystal gridding, things of that nature. But a lot of times, what it's like for me, it's almost literally like chasing a spirit out of the house. And so I do it by making a lot of noise and telling them that they have to leave.
Mhm.
And I know sometimes people will bang on drums, or I've known some people to talk about even banging on pots or pans or what have you. Um, I haven't haven't used a pot or pan to bang on anything. I suppose I could, but
Mhm.
for the most part, really, what I do is I will walk around the house and into whatever areas. And I usually have sage with me, and I'm usually burning it, and um, and telling the spirit that they have to leave, and that
Mhm.
this is there is no joke. They have to leave. You have to leave now. You go to the light. Get out. This is not your home.
Yeah.
Go. You
Yeah.
must go. And I have to be
Mhm.
very forceful about it and very clear. And it's quite a process. Quite a
Mhm.
process. You can
Mhm.
get into those situations, and you feel the presence of an entity that sometimes is dug in. They don't
Mhm.
want to leave, and
Yeah.
so you have to just be. I find for myself when I'm doing it, have to be loud and quite forceful and
Mhm.
very clear and issuing, a directive, so to speak.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's kind of like the process, and then afterwards, um, again, like I said, I might assist with. You can use salt. You can use even ammonia. Some people use ammonia, like in a spray bottle type of thing situation. You could use all of that, but I try to educate the homeowner on keeping the environment clean and safe. Again, sometimes using crystal grids, and other little things that they can do,
Mhm.
to ensure a more peaceful environment.
Mhm. I have a question for you. So how do you know, and how does the client know when the protection ritual or process you've done for them or cleanse has been successful? What's their
Yeah. So they
way of
will.
assessing that?
They will. They will. You can. I can feel anyhow. I can feel when the energy has left the room, so to speak. But the client will report a variety of different things. Anything and everything from, like, that smell that I used to smell, that stopped, that went away.
Mhm.
Or they might report, I'm sleeping better now. And I'm not waking up in the middle of the night or having such disruptive dreams. They may talk about sounds that they were experiencing have stopped. A
Mhm.
variety of different things like that. So
Mhm.
they report a change.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So change in any external phenomena that might uh, have been causing disruption and
Yeah.
also change in internal milieu
Hmm.
that might be improved
Yeah.
or eliminated if it's negative.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Yeah, very informative. Um, so maybe this is a good place since we're getting close to the end of the show.
Hmm.
Um, amazing how quickly it flies by.
Indeed.
um, to talk about a personal experience I had of
Yeah.
psychic attack. Um, so just really briefly, I this happened to me many years ago, probably over 20 years ago now. I was attending a spiritual event, let's say, and afterwards I went to a cafe with a friend of mine just to kind of talk about what we thought about the event and how it impacted us and that sort of thing. And I became aware of somebody who had, I wouldn't say followed us necessarily, but who had attended the event and during the event had uh, kind of behaved um, in some real questionable manners. It seemed like they were having um, kind of a conflict, I would say, on another level with the presenters of the spiritual event. Um, like they're engaging with them in a way that was um, aggressive and kind of
Mm.
attacking even. Um, and sometimes this is how I perceive things clairvoyantly, right? So there's just to everybody else just kind of a normal everyday thing happening on obvious level, and then on a spiritual level there's actually something else going on entirely that may be totally opposed to what might seem like an otherwise normal natural thing happening. And so that's kind of what I was perceiving was going on between the presenters and this particular person. Well, the negative person, let's call him, showed up at the cafe, and while I was talking with my companion, I had a voice come to me that said, "White shields," and then the voice also said, "Pleiadians." Uh, and I was like, "Oh, uh-oh, I need to protect myself." And so I started to call up a white light around myself. And as I was doing that, in my mind's eye, I saw this negative person pulling energy from people at the table he was sitting with, and this beam of energy came out of his body, and it came around in a half circle, and literally felt like it hit me on my forehead,
Wow.
and I remember my neck getting snapped back because I
Wow.
didn't get my shields up soon enough. And then this person was inside my mind, and they were like, "Okay, show us your secrets." That's what they were commanding, and all these memories started coming up, and I was fighting with them to try to get them out of my head and to keep from letting them get deeper into my thoughts, which was, disorienting, terrifying, disturbing, anything you want to think of as frightening was going on. Eventually, I was able to get them out and to put my shields up, and my friend didn't really know what was going on because it was happening so quickly and on a different level. But we left the location, and I had to protect myself for several days and nights after that because this person basically had, my identification information had started come to me on the astral plane of my dreams for a while to
Wow.
try to find
Wow.
out incriminating stuff. Yeah, so that was uh, definitely what I can put in the psychic attack category. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
so when we talk about this stuff, sometimes it's just kind of a general malevolence. Sometimes you know it's maybe a spirit or something, and then there are people who are skilled in doing very negative, disruptive, I would say even evil things to others for
Hmm.
whatever reason,
Hmm.
uh, and they're out there. So
Hmm.
you know, um, this is, this information is meant to be put to use for reasons. So definitely, this is just a taste of it. But if you feel like this is something that um, is a concern to you, I would say educate yourself more about it, and get comfortable practicing self protection, so that you can call on it as needed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
No matter what time of day it is or nighttime,
Mhm.
as a medium, what I have found is that I'm probably more vulnerable. I seem to be a little bit more vulnerable at nighttime as I'm trying to relax and enter into dream time. And I have often it's a common occurrence to have to call upon either my guides and even on occasion the archangels and beyond,
Mhm.
to step in, because it's just like, no, we are not going there, we are not doing this. But you know what, it's like, I need help, I need backup. And
Mhm.
um, and so it's so important. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that brings up a really important spiritual principle, which is we're never alone. So even though you may feel abandoned at times or beside yourself or alone, you are never alone, and your
That's right.
like a guides and support and love is just a thought
Mhm.
process away. So you can
Yeah.
call upon them anytime, and they will be
Anytime.
there for you, as will we from the Psychic Funhouse. So.
Indeed.
So I just want to shout out to our lovely audience today. We had some really great people out there following the show. So thanks for coming, and thanks for your wonderful comments. Keep them coming. Bring a friend to next week's show, which will be same time every Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. So as we build our viewership, we're hoping to build even more wonderful shows for you. We do have archives you can go and check out at the Psychic Funhouse YouTube channel. So.
Yeah. That's
So yeah, so that's going to be it for tonight's show. Before we go, we'll share our contact info and events that are happening. So Adrian, why don't you get us started with that? What's the best
yeah.
way to reach
Yeah.
out to you, and what's happening this weekend that people should know about? So.
Yeah. This weekend, it's holistic fair at the OC Heart Space in Laguna Woods from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. All kinds of activities, readers, healers. I'll be I'll I'll be there doing readings, and all kinds of different price points for everybody. And there's a lot of free stuff as well. So you might want, if you want more information on my particular services, fees, and what have you, check out my website, which is ravenmessages.com, or you can send me a text or give me a call at 714-376-7289. And if I didn't mention it, that fair is tomorrow.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
And you,
and then you've got
Lawrence?
it. And then you got
Mhm.
an event coming up on the 19th that
Yes,
you'll
in
tell us more about.
Hollywood.
Mhm.
Yes. It's a little bit different.
Mhm.
There's about half a dozen people doing readings, and the idea is that it is speed readings. So it
Mhm.
is similar to speed dating. Everybody gets a 10-minute reading, and so
Uh-huh.
yeah. So
Just a
we'll
quickie.
yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Mhm. Okay, sounds pretty intriguing.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
excited.
More information to come.
Yeah, excited to hear more about it. Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And how
Yeah.
about you, Lawrence?
Yeah. Well, so you can contact me through my website, givingtreefarm.com. My phone number for texting or emailing or calling is 541 344 7534. My email is givingtree@earthlink.net. And I have a Facebook page as well, Giving Tree Farm Herbs. So many, many options to reach out and connect. And we're always happy to connect with new clients, former clients, lovely listeners from our Blog Talk days, and our new audience here on
Yeah.
the Psychic Funhouse YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So,
And
all right.
absolutely, if you enjoyed the show, if you resonated with uh, our conversation, please tell a friend. Tell a couple of friends. And we're in the process of building a great online community here.
And remember to like and subscribe to our channel so you never miss the show. We
That's it.
announce the shows ahead of time so you can make time out of your busy schedule to be here with us. And we're so appreciative that you've chosen to do that. So thanks again.
Yeah.
And please have a good rest of your day and enjoy your weekend. Maybe you'll show up at the psychic fair and get to see Adrian in
Yeah.
person,
Would
which
love
is
that.
always a wonderful thing. And then we'll see you here next week. So hopefully this was a helpful and practical show for you. So
Yeah.
take care,
Very
everybody.
good. All right.
Yep.
Bye. Goodbye.
All right. Bye for
Bye,
now.
Lawrence. Okay. See you soon.
All right.